Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, I was planning to film with this Range Rover autobiography today, but my plans have changed. I've just had a phone call and I've bought something quite interesting. It's a Jaguar XE 2-litre diesel manual. Now, I know what you're thinking, Matt, that's not very interesting at all. And you're right. The interesting part is the price. I think, well, I'm pretty sure this is the cheapest Jaguar XE in the whole, well, probably in the world. Yeah, probably in the world. I bought this car from a local main dealer and they'd agreed to take this Jaguar in part exchange from the previous customer against a brand new car about 2 weeks ago, and they'd seen it, appraised it, and it was all in good order. But this morning apparently they were on their way to the dealer to go and pick up their brand new car, and as they were backing the Jaguar off the driveway, they've caught the gate post down the near side, so it's all scraped. So they didn't really know what to do, so they carried on to the main dealer, and when they got there they've had to reappraise it, and they've knocked several £1000s off for the damage. I haven't seen it yet, so I thought I'd bring my camera along and you guys, so we can go and have a look at what is possibly the cheapest Jaguar XE in the country, or in the world. I've been told it's a bit of a mess, so I'm not exactly brimming with optimism, but it is cheap, seriously cheap. This car's got a trade price of around £6,500–7,000 and a retail price of around £8,500–9,000, depending on condition, history, all that sort of stuff. I've paid just £4,000 for it. 4 grand. That's the only reason I bought it, to be honest. The last thing I need is another project, but I was just so tempted by the low price. I thought, well, it's got to be worth a gamble, hasn't it, surely? I'm thinking if they've damaged the near side and the gate post, perhaps I'm going to need a new door, but one of those can't be that expensive on eBay, can it? Maybe a rear quarter? I don't know. I really don't know, but we'll soon see, won't we? Right, I'll see you there. Well, we're here, guys. And I've just seen it. It looks like a prop car from the film Jurassic Park that's been gouged by a T-Rex. Can you see that? Looks like somebody's had a tin opener on it. Kind of makes me feel bad for the gate post. They must be in a right state. What can I tell you straight away? Well, it looks like it's got matching tyres on the back. It's got rear parking sensors. It's got a National Trust sticker. It's from Scotland. Right, let me do a quick vehicle history check. Now, that bump won't be on there because it only happened this morning and they haven't claimed through their insurance. But let's check it for other stuff, shall we? If I go to carvertical.com, head over to the UK site, type in the vehicle reg. Basically, all I'm using this for today is just to look at the mileage, the MOTs, the number of owners, because I know it's got damage already. If you click the link below in the video description, you'll get 10% off each and every vehicle check you do. Don't forget to use the promo code HIGHPEAK. It's currently checking databases all over Europe. I've just stopped by work to get the keys for it. Have a look at these keys. There are 2, to be fair, but a little bit of masking tape there. Typical Jaguar Land Rover keys, they're all falling to pieces. So I think they need to be reshelled. Kind of sets up the stall though, doesn't it, for what this car's like. Right, and the check is done. So there's no mileage fraud, it's never been stolen, never been any accidents, recorded anyway. There's no outstanding finance on it. It was manufactured in July 15 and it was registered, oh, it's a 2016 model, right, so February 16 on a 65. It had maintenance in 2017, 2018, it had an MOT in 2019, couple of advisors there, nothing too serious. Tyres. Ah, right. Oh, okay, so it failed its MOT in February this year on 3 tyres, and then it passed. So, right, had a new set of tyres in February, that's good news. The mileage is, it had done 98,000 miles at its last MOT, so it's estimated that it's done 103. Sounds about right. Right, let's go and have a look then, shall we? Let's go and have a butcher's. Look at that damage. That's ridiculous. Look at the metal bent back. Now I think it might be easier, cheaper and easier just to buy a new door. I don't know whether any amount of knocking and filler will ever get that rear panel straight either. That might need a new skin. We'll see. On the bright side, the alloys are okay, just need a good clean, and we've got a Goodyear tyre there with lots of tread, 6 or 7 mil of tread. Another Goodyear there. Oh, look at that, the old-fashioned Jaguar badge. That's hideous, isn't it? What a pity, because the front of it's quite straight. I do quite like the XE. Pity it's manual. Look at this, look. They know what's what, don't they? We've got rear parking sensors. Let's see if these keys work, shall we? Nope, that one doesn't. What about the other hideous one that's taped up? Oh, now we're talking. Oh dear, look at the state of this. Who keeps the car in this condition? What have they had? What on earth? What have they had in here? I don't even know what that is. It looks like an actual pigsty. There won't be a service book in this because it's all digital. So I need to check on the online database and see what the history is. Come from Burnley. Right, well that's not a good start, is it? This needs a proper clean. Another National Trust sticker there that's full faded. Well, from this side it looks okay, doesn't it? Another Jaguar badge there. They're good looking cars, I think. From this angle you could quite easily be catfished by this car. We've got another Goodyear tyre there. And another one there. Or is it? Oh yeah, it is. Another Goodyear. Right. We know what the boot looks like, don't we? So I'm expecting the inside to look exactly this. Oh yes, and it doesn't disappoint. Minging. 3 pedals, sadly. What have we got? We've got electric seats. Full leather. I've had these with cloth, so that's a good option. It's just very, very grubby. Very grubby. Ugh. It's done 102,000 miles. Look at the food. It stinks as well, guys. It absolutely stinks. It's difficult to pinpoint what that smell is. It's not as bad as spilt milk, but it's along those lines. It's filthy, this. Masks, I might borrow one of those. This is foul, isn't it? Absolutely foul. Oh, look at that. Look at the state of it. Who keeps the car like... You know what? And who trades it in this condition? Why has nobody got any pride? Look at the state of the headlining as well. I'd be ashamed and embarrassed to trade this in looking like this. I'd have taken it to my local car wash and spent £20 and asked them to make it a little bit more presentable. Right. That's the 29th of May. I've had my car there for exactly 1 month. Anyway, start her up then, shall we? Diesel. It's a shame, isn't it? The old Ingenium. Probably one of the worst sounding engines ever. Listen to that. I've said this before, but they just sound like... sounds like a broken sewing machine. And we've got an engine light on, look at that. Lovely. We're low on fuel, and we're low on diesel exhaust fluid. Who buys a manual Jaguar, really? Who? What have we got? We've got heated seats. Oh, we've got heated seats. Have we got a reverse camera? No. Bit of a crunch then in reverse. Oh no, it was me. Not dipping the clutch enough. Sat nav. List of paired devices. Martha? Bit of GDRP there for you guys. Apologies. Right, what else can we have a look at? Should have a look under the bonnet then. See if that's any cleaner. I bet it is, you know. Oh, we've got lane keep assist. Rubbers are worn there. Just ignore that bit. Oh, this is gross. I think that's... This is disgusting. Lolly sticks. It's been a kiddie car, isn't it? We've had kids, they've just given up. Where's the bit? Oh, there it is. Bonnet release. With a proper good clean though, it should come back. Should come back. And there's a slight tear there on the driver's bolster. See that? Sounded quite hollow, didn't it? To be fair, it's no dirtier than the inside. Old ingenium. Right, I've got my hands full, haven't I? But it is cheap, so it should stand it, shouldn't it? As long as the bodywork repairs don't run away with themselves. Can't see any obvious leaks anywhere. Nothing too concerning there. The dates on the headlamps match, so it's never had a front end whack anyway. Right, let's take this for a spin. Just like that. I'm frightened to touch anything of this, it's disgusting. Absolutely gross. Well, the clutch feels okay. I know I've only backed it out of a spot, but it's not mega heavy. It's not difficult to get in gear or anything. Let me just go and open the gate. Handbrake works. I think what I'll do first with this is drop it off at the local car wash and get them to break the back of this horrible cleaning job. Then I may as well run it to the mechanics and get them to code read the engine light and give it a full service and see what it needs. And then, I suppose, take it to the body shop and get them to tap it with their magic wand and go easy on me. I would estimate, I don't know what a rear door is going to cost me, if I need one at all, and a rear skin. I would estimate though that damage should probably cost me about £1,000. So if that cost me £1,000, the engine light I'm not sure. The last time I had one of these with an engine light on, it had to go to Jaguar Land Rover of Stockport and it cost me about 800 quid. I can't remember what it was, some sort of sensor of some description. Which is one of the reasons I hate diesels, because they always need some sort of sensor or DPF or EGR or something like that. And that £850 spent on the last XE that I had just completely gets rid of any savings that you've made on fuel, so it's just false economy. Well, this drives okay actually. It isn't in like limp home mode or anything like that. It desperately needs some TLC. This is kind of a prime example of what I talk about with multiple owner cars. Now this car is only a 2-owner car. So on the face of it, if you saw this in print and in black and white, you'd think, that must have been cared for, mustn't it? Well, look at the state of it. But now it's fallen into my hands, so it's going to get some love and attention and a good clean, ready for its next owner. When cars change hands every couple of years, that's what it gets. So at least you know every couple of years it's had an oil change and a good clean and whatever else it needed. My air conditioning works, so that's one job that I don't need to worry about. Well, so far so good then. Well, I think that's as far as I need to go today. I'm going to run it for a wash next and then I'll crack on with the repairs. So I'll catch up with you in a day or two. Cheers guys. Right guys, well we're back and it's finally finished, and finally I have a Jaguar here that you can safely run your hands down either side and not risk losing a finger, and that's some statement in itself, isn't it? Now in all seriousness, this is some turnaround. I now think it's worthy of any forecourt. It really was a dog before. It was cheap, but it definitely had fleas. Luckily for it fell into the right hands. The hands of an idiot who spent thousands of pounds on it turning it around. This project wasn't exactly what you'd call plain sailing. There's a bit of a pattern emerging here, isn't there? So what have I done to it then, and what exactly have I spent thousands of pounds on? Well, firstly, do you remember how it had an engine light on? That turned out to be just something and nothing. I replaced the part myself for 20 pence and it took me about 5 minutes. No, just kidding, it turned out to be a timing chain which cost me £2,000. The good old Ingenium engine. Can't you just set your watch by them? That job itself took a good few days and had to be done by a specialist. So yeah, £2,000, including the VAT. Once that was done and the engine light was cured, I then took it to my body shop, where I expected to have to drop it and then run away very quickly. I thought I'd be met with nothing but profanity and expletives, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I thought I'd need a replacement rear door and a replacement rear skin, but luckily for me, I've got a very talented painter. He managed to work his magic on it and he's made it look as good as new. What's more, it only took him 3 or 4 days. I couldn't believe how quickly he turned it around. In addition to painting the near side, he also did a few more smart repairs. For example, do you remember how it had the old-fashioned Jaguar logo stickers on the bottom part of the front bumper? I just thought they were obvious Jaguar fans. That wasn't the case. That was hiding some more damage. So they were painted, and the whole car was buffed. I think those blessed with great vision and years in the motor trade will still be able to tell this car's had paint, but it does look very good. Then once it was done at the body shop, I dropped it off at my local car wash for a full deep clean. The condition this car was in was absolutely revolting. I can't understand how people let the cars get in such a poor state. Bear in mind this car's only 6 or 7 years old. Just how is that possible? I don't understand. Surely everyone's got a vacuum cleaner. And even if you haven't, every town has got a hand car wash that you can pay £10 or £20 and come back in 2 hours' time and you get a nice clean car. I just cannot understand. Can you imagine the state of these people's houses? 2 days later, I rather sheepishly went back to the car wash to collect it. Now, I was chatting with the lad from the car wash, and he said that he'd come to the UK after fleeing a war-torn country, a genocidal dictator, famine, suicide bombers, and yet this Jaguar was the worst thing he'd ever witnessed. Quite telling, isn't it? It was a disgrace before, but they've really worked their socks off, and now it's nice and clean. It even smells nice. Then I got it back to work, fitted some new reg plates and reshelled the keys, which now look as good as new. So let me just park up somewhere and I'll go through my costs with you. Right, so the car cost me £4,000, which is a bargain. There's no two ways about it. The paintwork was also a bargain. That cost me £540. Then the timing chain and the service, that cost me £2,000. The MOT was £40, which passed with no advisory items. The valet cost me £60, which again is a total bargain. The new key shells cost me £10 each, and I did 2 of those, so that's £20. The new plates were £20. So my grand total is, oh, that's ominous, isn't it? 6660, £6,660. And it's currently advertised at 8,995, which says great price according to Auto Trader, which I think is a great price, to be honest. For a 2016 Jaguar done 102,000 miles, you have to admit it's a lot of car for the money. You just wouldn't have expected to have to replace the timing chain at 100,000 miles, but such is the way, I suppose, with modern cars, unfortunately. If I can get my asking price of 8,995, it gives me a profit of around £2,300, which is pretty good going, really, and it's a good return on investment. So overall, although it was a lot of pain and heartache, it is worth doing, isn't it, ultimately? And I've kept another car on the road, because really before, it looked like it was fit for the scrapyard. So yeah, another one of my adventures completed. So cheers guys, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'll leave the link below. If you've got any comments or questions, let me know below and I'll do my best to get back to you. So yeah, until next time, cheers guys.